Okay, so what's up there guys, and welcome back to Dig It Detecting. So as you can see, we've got a bit of an ordinary day in front of us, and look, I wasn't going to do anything today. I was going to spend the day at home, being a Sunday, spend the day at home with the family. However, I just got a call from a landowner, and this is a landowner that we also basically quickly touched base with in our last video when we were basically coin hunting around that recreation reserve. And you know, showing him this portfolio, as I spoke about in my last video. Basically we have now gained permission to get on there. So I've just had a call from Kerry. It is lunchtime. It's just gone lunchtime, so we're only going to get a half day in today. But he did say, look mate, we're out here today doing a bit of cleaning up, getting the house ready for sale to put on the market. So if you would like to come out and make a start today, you're more than welcome. So that's what we're going to do. Just giving you a bit of a look through there. We've got the detector on the charge, and we're going to grab the other gear that we need, and we are going to get out there and make a start. Give you a look around this old house. Can't wait. Okay, so we've touched base with Kerry, the landowner, and we're just going to drive somewhere nice and dry and start detecting right here. You can see there the old house, and we'll have a bit of a scout around, have a look before we get started. So what a great site. So one of the biggest things I face, biggest challenges I face when detecting these sites, there's a couple of things actually. Grass length. The grass is not too bad here. The second one being these old bits of tin, and just the amount of trash that is left around these old sites. Rocks, concrete, the old iron, drain pipes, bucket handles, you name it, it's here. Tin, chicken wire, you just trip and tumble over it all day. And you got to try and work around it with the detector, work out what's a good signal, what's not. And also a lot of the time, something like that on the ground can be disguising a coin underneath. It'll give you the most easiest signal, which is this, masking the coin below. And the other thing I face is damn bees. Every single old house site I seem to go to always seem to have beehives and a bee problem. It's such a battle too, because I don't like bees. I don't think too many people do, getting bitten by bees, and I seem to always get attacked by them when I'm at these old house sites. So a couple of things to deal with as we make our way around the house, but ideally I want to get inside as long as those bees aren't in there too. So like I do with all the sites that I visit first off, as you'll see, I only dig from 18 to 40. Now this gives me a really good understanding of basically what's in the ground and what's to be expected, you know. Like a lot of this stuff, I mean, this guy come into 26, he's an old toothpaste tube, as you can see, and we're still at the back of the house, so once again where they're discarding all their rubbish. So but yeah, look, 18 to 40, generally, you know, why? Like I find that a lot of these sites I'm time limited, so a lot of the times I have to get out here, sort of understand them, dig them as quick as possible, or understand them as quick as possible, and then try and get back and return and dig some more again. So it's generally the best thing to do is dig from the 18 to 40, I find. So look at that, we've hit on more broken bottles. So you know what that means, where there's glass, there's bottles. This is an old pit right here. You see they've continued on dumping rubbish later on up until the present day. Okay, so we're around the back of the house and we've found some bottles now. It's generally the case, always around the back of the house. Look at this one. Oh, he's a nice pyro. He's intact too. Noddies. Noddies was a cordial from memory. I used to drink Noddies cordial. So ice cold cordial. Yeah, but look, that's where the bottle's always going to be, around the back of the house. I've got a few more there too. Out of sight, out of mind, that's generally what they like to do. So, you know, where there's one or two, there's generally going to be more. There's another one right there. Nothing too old yet. However, I'm sure if we hit on the older rubbish dumps, I mean, this may have been a later one. I'm sure if we hit on the older rubbish dumps though, or even ask permission from the landowner, I'm sure there's going to be bottles underneath the house there. So, and also more bottle pits to be found. So a couple of interesting little bottles there, and as I said, we might go talk to the landowner, see if we can't crawl under the house and see what we can find. look at all these bottles. Wow, he's been putting all the fowler jars in there, saving them. Even a few old drinking glasses. And look at the big old insulator. He's crazy huge. We might have to ask the landowner if we can, if he doesn't want him. I'd love to keep something like that. I've got a lot of insulators at home. I don't have one that size though. And people use them as decorations. People use them on the old gate posts and what have you. I was just going to show you too. He's got some bottles. Look at them all. Look at them all. And that's not the half of it. Follow me around here. So found bottles all through that, and as you can see, more just scattered at the back of the house here. Where there's bottles, there's more, and where there's bottles, there's generally marbles and other good rubbish too. I know it sounds weird, you know, other good rubbish. However, it's amazing, just amazing what they discarded back in the day. They would throw out all kinds of stuff. I remember actually speaking to a lady detecting one day, and she said where she grew up, she lived, there was a river not too far away, and she can remember her mother basically taking her down to that river with armfuls and armfuls of old silverware, crockery, plates, all that sort of stuff. Mainly the silverware though, the old serving dishes and teapots and all that sort of stuff, and they just threw it into the river. They threw it over the bank into the river. Only reason being is because the family had come into money and basically acquired enough money to upgrade all their silverware, plateware, crockery, what have you. So basically all the old stuff was discarded. So as I say, you just never know what is thrown out in these old rubbish dumps. So check out the old tractor. What a ripper. My grandfather had one of these. I grew up on the old Fergie tractor. It was grey, exactly like that. And we used to sit up on these mud guards as the tyre flicked around, and Pa would drive us up and down the track feeding the cows. So that's so cool. Bring back some cool memories, that. Okay. We've just caught up with the landowner, Kerry. Basically stopped there detecting and asked him if we could get inside the house, have a bit of a wander around and have a bit of a look for some marbles or bottles or yeah, just anything. And he said, basically, mate, you can do what you want. He said, go for it. He's a very, very nice fellow, Kerry, and he's quite an older gentleman and quite a nice bloke, as I said. So anyway, we're going to try and get in here. I'm just looking there. We've got another beehive around the back of the house here. Bloody bees. We're going to have to come back here on a really wet, cold, rainy day when they're not sort of as active, and try and see what's in those other rooms there. Because I know if I go anywhere near them, they're going to nail me like they always do. Oh, look. More bottles, jars and stuff. Anyway, I said to Kerry, I'm mainly looking for marbles and bottles and all that sort of stuff in here today. And he said, basically, mate, you find it, you want it, you can keep it. So as I said, this house is going up for sale. So the property is basically getting sort of spruced up and basically then going on the market for sale. So all this is just going to go in the bin, in the tip. I'm going to get a big skip bin and just throw it all out, which is a real shame. Anyway, is what it is. So a bit of history on this house. Just learnt from the landowner when I was here the other week, and just some more there today that he's been speaking of. Basically, there was 13 kids living in this house, as I mentioned there before. And from what Kerry said, there's only probably about 3 or 4 of those kids left alive still today. They've all, majority of them, grown up, moved on or moved away and passed on. So long history here, really cool history. And the bloke here, the owner, was a dairy farmer. Obviously there was a dairy down the road, and that's how he made his bread and butter for the family. So here's the family kitchen. What a ripper, what a ripper. I'm sure there's marbles here. What do we have to do to get to them though? Because God, look at it all. What a mess. That's a bit of a shame. I always say it, but it's such a shame to see these old houses just falling into a state of decay and disrepair like this. I'm keeping my eyes out for bees too. So here's the lounge room. There's the bees just out there. Look at the old fireplace, isn't it beautiful? Wow. Wow. So from what landowner told me here. Basically, this house was quite intact up until, get this right, someone come here and stole parts of the roof and started dismantling parts of the house. Basically, the landowner's sister lived here, has done for the last 30 years. And while she was sick, that's basically what happened. Someone come in here and gutted and took out bits that they wanted, cut out windows and frames and roofs, and took a lot of the boards out, as you can see. And then the wind and the rain has pretty much continued on to do the rest of the damage, which is a real shame, Anyway, otherwise this old place would probably still be standing. The roof would still be intact, and we'd probably still be walking around on the original floorboards. Or however, you can see what it's like now. This old jacket, coat, all the buttons in the ground. There's so much possum poo here. The possums love this place. I always love exploring these old houses. They're just amazing. That looks like an old gun case, doesn't it? I wonder if there's a gun in there. Whoa, bee. You'll behave. Alright, let's go check out the other room. Whoa. I don't know if these are going to hold my weight. We also need to be looking under the floorboards for marbles, bottles, all that sort of stuff. As I said to Kerry, generally they would discard them, throw them under the house, out of sight, out of mind. That was it. So let's see. So we got bedroom, probably another bedroom, I believe. So 13 kids. I'm trying to work out where they all were. Back door and sort of boot room. It's actually quite a big house. Got quite a few rooms going on. Dining room, I take it. Another bedroom. Oh no, that was the kitchen, sorry. We said. Lounge room. Master bedroom, I dare say. Parents' bedroom. There's a couple of mattresses down there too. Maybe the kids were sleeping on the floor. Oh dear. So much going on here. This is a lot more going on than some of the other houses I've been to. Generally they're not even standing, the old houses. Old leather in the bag there. Must have liked their sewing. Anyway, another bedroom, another fireplace. Imagine cutting all that wood. Oh, thought I seen a marble. Wasn't, it was a little red screw block. Got possums, a lot of possums. Poo everywhere. Inches and inches thick. What is that? It's the hardest thing about finding marbles. You never know where they're going to be. I mean, they could be underneath the floorboards. Sometimes I've found them in the corners of rooms. So basically just, you know, up along the corners of the walls or what have you. Or they generally slip down the floorboards. So, yeah, don't know where they're going to be though. Like there will be some here somewhere. Whoa, nearly fell through that floor then. Need to watch where I'm walking. Dangerous. If they're going to be anywhere too, the marbles, the bottles, they're going to be in the lounge room here, I generally find, or in the kids' bedrooms. So always great to ID where the bedrooms are, work out where the lounge room is, because that's where you want to start. So we're going to, with these floorboards here, and with hopefully with those bees not annoying us there, you can see them just out the window. Woohoo, there's a few too, isn't there? I'm risking my life being in here right now. If they see me in here, they're going to nail me. Anyway, we might start in there, look under those floorboards a little bit, try and move around a bit of the dirt, scratch it around, see what we can find. Okay, so here we are poking around in the house with the permission from the landowner. As I said, he said, look, go in there and save anything you want, because basically it's all just going to go into the trash. So that's what we're doing. We're having a bit of a look around in here, and we're finding farm animals. And we also found a nice old aerated water bottle stopper. He's a ripper. And a nice little ink bottle. You can even still see the ink, the blue tinge to the ink in there. He was a Swan ink bottle, much later one anyway. So little zebra, little shell, a few other bits and pieces, little door handle, and we also had this little nice little religious pendant. So you can see Jesus on there, and Christopher maybe, Virgin Mary, can't really tell properly under the lights, horrible. Anyway, what I was going to show you though is we're just sort of having a bit of a sift through, and check that out, we got our first marble. How cool is that? Here's a cat's eye. That's exactly what I wanted to do today, is I wanted to look in here for some marbles, and that's what I said I was going to do, and we have done it. We have done it. We're going to be showing Kerry everything that comes out of here. Obviously he is 78 years old. I'm not too sure how interested he is in keeping these marbles or anything that we find in here. However, we will also be sure to show him, because that's just how I operate, and that's what I said to him. You know, mate, anything I find in there, I'll be sure to show you. It's just what you do. You do the right thing, and your reputation precedes you. So, and he said to me, mate, you seem like a really nice, honest young fella, and I love what you're doing. So he has, as I said, has been wonderful to me. So we're just going to keep doing this. Just keep sort of pulling things out casually, having a look at them. Ooh, neozone cream, poison. Having a look at them though, and seeing if we can't spot a few more marbles for the rest of the day. How awesome would that be? Okay, you'll never believe it. I just found this laying basically straight in the dirt there, where we walked over before, giving you a look. 1949 rue penny. You see he's been protected from the weather there underneath the floorboards, hiding. He's still got a little bit of copper verdigris going on there on the side though. What a ripper. That's our first coin for this site. I'm going to get the pinpointer and keep running it through the floor, through underneath the floorboards there. So see if I can't find any more. That was just spotted with the eye, but I'm sure there'll be plenty more to come out with the pinpointer. How cool. So I'm just looking through the kitchen here, looking for any nice bottles. Some will remember we found a larger version of these out at the old school site the other week. Nice old Bushels tea jar. Something I come across too, these have to be kept. I'm going to be asking the land holder about these. Aren't they awesome? The old roller skates. You know, I had a pair very similar to this back when I was a kid too. They are so cool. Awesome, awesome. They just need a new leather boot, and they'd be ready to rock and roll. They are killer roller skates. So anyway, as I said, we're just going to keep looking through here slowly. We're looking for marbles and anything else that takes our interest. We'll show the landholder and see what he says, and see if he wants to keep anything that's coming out. So these look pretty nasty, don't they? Check them out. Ooh, the old syringe. Brutal. That's pretty cool though. I think I might see if I can keep that. And check out this old bottle here. Anybody seen anything like that before? It's not that old. You can see the seam running right through it, but I have no idea what it was or is. So interesting piece. Interesting. Anyway, we'll take our roller skates and our bottle, and we'll stick them here with our other relics to show the landholder. So we still only got the one marble so far. I'm kind of wondering where the rest are, but they are not easy to find either. They're quite hard. Righto, we'll sit the TV there, watch a bit of TV while we work. Doesn't sound like marbles in there, does it? How's that? We've got an old $5 note. The bloody rats have been chewing it up though. Yeah, there you go, old $5 note. That's the old design. I think we've had about 2 or 3 more different designs since then, even in the modern $5 notes. So there you go. An old $5 note, ripped up by the rats. Oh, no way! Check that out. I'll try and hold the torch for you at the same time as I grab it. Oh, beautiful old tank. Oh, wow. And gun. Kapow! Another cap gun. Well, I shouldn't say cap gun. This is a water pistol. Aquamatic. It's an old Luger too, German Luger by the looks. I had one of these when I was a kid. That's awesome. I was going to show you down here too. Is look at all that cool stuff. So even throwing out, let me try and hold the torch for you. Look at that. Penny. 1949. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? As I keep stating, everything in here is going to the tip. So if we can save anything, why not? Why not, you know? Just saving history, saving pieces of history. Anyway, where's the marbles? Okay, you know what I just spotted? I just spotted something that I find all the time. Is these old little handles. I just spoke of these there the other week. I always said they had a kick down the bottom and a little hole in the middle, like where a screw or something went. And that would be for hanging. That'd be an old hanging piece. So, whoop, broken, rotted out anyway. Let me show you where he would have been. So, you know, I've found those pieces for years and I never knew what they were. But he would have been sort of like up there, mounted about sort of head height. And basically you would have hung a picture off it. So there you go. I know what they are now. It's only taken me about 2 years to work it out. So that's generally what happens though. You don't work them out straight away. You'll see something later that makes sense, or you'll see someone find one also and you'll go, bingo, that's what it is. You hear the landowner out there yelling? I don't know what he's yelling at. He's yelling directions or instructions to the person who's driving the backhoe front and back end loader. Oh dear, what do we got here? Nice old religious pendant by the looks. And also, look at this killer old light switch. You don't seem like that anymore, do you? They all look like that white one over there. So check that one out. We got the old tobacco pipe. That is awesome. That is awesome. He'll be getting kept. And what I will show you too, I just found this little box underneath the old bed there, and I opened it up. Check out what's in it. Ready? Ah! Got the old dentures. Well, that puts a bit of a personal feel on the place, doesn't it? We're looking at the old dentures. Smile. Oh my lord. Look what we have. Oh my god. Wow. That's unreal. You know, it's not even the oldest fob watch either, but this is my first complete fob watch with all the dials, all the hands, and the glass still intact. Wow. Wow. York lever. York lever, however you like to say it. I wonder if we can get him to open again if we clean him up. Wow, here's a ripper. Even better. Imagine if we got into work again. I'd carry that on me everywhere I went. Show him off as I go. That's awesome. Okay, so check out this beauty that we just dug out. What a ripper, what a ripper. A beautiful old sewing machine. But unfortunately, like everything in this house, it's just getting trashed and wasting away because of the roof, letting all that weather, all the wind and the storm and the weather in. So what a bugger, what a bugger. I actually found a beautiful old crate there. See the old crate? It's like an old petroleum crate. And they've utilised it and turned it into like a pantry or something. You know, it had like a little loincloth across the front. So very, very cool. Some of this stuff I'd love to save. I might save this old sewing machine. That old cupboard though, it's too far gone. It's rotted out and buggered. Anyway, anything with a bit of sign writing on it though, like that, is generally really cool to keep and collect. So, and look, you know, I started off metal detecting. I didn't start off relic hunting and looking through old houses like this. I started off metal detecting, looking for stuff that you could pick up with a metal detector. And well, over the years, I've really gained a love for other items, such as bottles and marbles, toy cars, all that sort of stuff. And I think it's just fascinating. So, and look, we've got a heap more bottles back up there. I'm not even holding the camera up. So I just keep waiting for a mouse or a big rat to jump out too and crawl up my shoulder, which I'm no doubt one will if I keep going. Look at this beautiful old kerosene lamp too. God, if the landowner's just going to turf all this stuff in the bin, we are going to save as much as we can. Because I probably won't sleep at night knowing that this is all going to just get turfed into skip bin and put in landfill. So what a waste. You know, I was talking to a bloke there the other day at a new site that I went to, and he said to me, mate, do you ever get up in the roofs of these old houses, have a bit of a look? What's up there? And I said, no, I don't actually. Yeah, it's something I've thought about in the past, you know. But then I'm generally after bottles and what have you. Who's really going to throw bottles up in the roof? I wouldn't presume it to be, you know. Especially if they've still got a bit of liquid left in them. You're not going to throw them up in the roof and have that liquid sort of drop down through into the roof boards. So I don't know, but he did say, he goes, look, not so much bottles and what have you. What about the old guns? You know, good way to keep them dry, keep them up in the rafters. And he makes a good point. He's right. The old guns, I am 100% sure they would have stored them up in the roof, or some people would have stored them up in the roof from time to time. So just got me intrigued though now. Now he's sort of put that in my brain. He's making me think, who knows, we might be able to stand up on the old Corona there. Oh, it's got Corona! And see what's going on. But yeah, it makes me think, you know, I should really be checking more of these and basically checking the roofs. So you just never know, do you? Could be a big bundle of money up there. So we found a nice little hairbrush here. Quite the pretty design, isn't it? And then check it out, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them? Ooh, that's nice. Nice florally design. Very pretty. I'll leave them there though. We're not going to take them. I don't need to see my own face. Okay, we are going to finish up soon. I'm a bloody mess. I've been poking my head under floorboards, sticking my arms under there, and doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And trying to pick up on more marbles. I don't know where the rest are. It's not to say there's only one in here, surely. Surely, with the amount of stuff going on in here. There should be bloody 100. Just got to find them. Where are the little buggers? So we got a cool old pipe. Check that out. I don't know if I showed you the one that I got there before. We actually had one there before too, so that is awesome. He's a nice old wood pipe. He'll clean up quite nice. So I thought I hit the mother lode then. I thought I found a heap of marbles, although funny thing is with marbles, you never find two of the same colour, and these are all the same colour. This is a nice little one though. Nice little red bead. We might try and keep him. Nothing else there. They're all just beads. There you go. New marbles. It's a battle. It's a battle to find them. They're not the easiest to find though either. Marbles can be very challenging, so hard to pick up on. You could move 100 different things and not find any, and then walk over the wrong thing and miss it, and there they are. Well, there they were. Wow, look at this. My torch is not that great, sorry. Someone had a bingle. Wow. You know, Kerry said to me too, if there's any pictures in there that you see that you want, you're more than welcome to take. Because there might be some from around sort of this district, this area, and pictures that probably should end up being kept or being put into the Historical Society or the family history group here. So, because I'm sure, yeah, look, I'm going to do that. Stop going through them. And I'm just going to take them straight into the local Historical Society and family district group there, and they might be able to ID some of the people that are on them there, so that's quite interesting. As Kerry said, most of everything in here is water damage now, so including the pictures, which is a real shame. I said it's just a shame to see all this stuff wasting away, but if it's any consolation, we are in here now, as you've seen, saving some of this stuff before it all gets thrown out. Hey, he's done it. I've got another one. Can you see that little fella down there? I just shifted a bit of this paperwork off, and we've got another cat's eye. This one looks a little bit later to me. Oh no, he has got a lot of crude bubbles in there, so what a beauty. What a beauty. You can really see why I love finding the marbles, can't you? They're just so awesome. That's number 2 now. If we dig very carefully around here, seeing as though one has just popped up, maybe there might be another one. How cool would that be? Get a couple of more marbles before we leave, because we're pretty much running out of time now. Look at the old distributor cap. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Okay, we are done. We are done. Look, I could spend another whole day in this house. It's just truly amazing. I have not even got up in the manhole yet. So what's up in the roof? Could be nothing, could be something, who knows. We will do that next time though. So I need to bring a ladder. That's the only thing I don't keep on me in my car is a ladder. So anyway, we're going to get all our finds together. We've got the carry pouch full there. We've got the table full. These old roller skates are just killer. I absolutely love those. Those are a perler set of old roller skates. So we're going to get out of here though, show Kerry what we've got, see what he wants to keep. If he doesn't want to keep anything, we might be lucky and take a few of these items home. So happy days, and let's try and get back out that window. Okay, we are out now. We're out of the house. And surprise, surprise, it's still daylight out here. You would never have known it, would you? I was in that house for so long, I just figured I'd come out and it was night time. Like you do when you go to the cinemas, I suppose. You go into the movies and you come out a little bit later and it's still daylight and you think, huh, there you go. You would just expect it to be night time, wouldn't you? Anyway, that's about it, guys. We are going to catch up with the landowner and we're going to make our way out of here. Oh, I just keep picking up stuff everywhere. Look at that old lid. I could stay here for another probably couple of hours, but I said we are going to get out of here, and we're going to get permission to come back another time and do some more. As you can see, the bees are not out as in force at the moment, so now is an ideal time to be checking out these other areas, you know, the back area and the front area where we found those beehives. So anyway, oh, more bottles. And I noticed these two spigot taps here too, 1 and 2, and they really should be saved. Yeah, he's a cracker. He is an absolute cracker. And if everything's going in landfill, I will save those two, and maybe even this guy here on the facet here, because they're worth saving, I feel. So look at that, Australia beer mug. Cooktown, Sydney, Kangaroo, Melbourne. We are here, somewhere about there. No, that was not Adelaide. That was more around Melbourne. I've got fat fingers. Righto, let's get out of here. Let's get to see the landowner. Let's see what he's got to say. Okay, so welcome back, guys. It is the next day. As you can see, it is not dark anymore, and what a ripper of a day too. We should have went out detecting today, but anyway, it's a Sunday, it's a day home, and we needed a day home to take you through all the stuff that we got out yesterday. So what you didn't see too is basically I touched base with Kerry there last night. I left the house site. He was not on site to catch up with, so I gave him a call last night, and I think we're on the phone for about another 40 minutes together, talking, blabbing. He loves to talk, so do I, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I love hearing the stories too, taking them with me for future, you know, to share in future as I go. So anyway, great day, really great day, and Kerry said, mate, you are more than welcome to keep anything that you found, and yeah, we'd love to have you back here again. So we will be back there again. He actually said to me, you just rock up whenever you want, young fella. You just come and please yourself. And that's not how I operate. I generally give a call. I like to let the landowner know that I am on site, regardless of whether I have permission just to go there or not. So that's what I'll do. I'll give him a call. I'll let him know, and we'll go from there. So just giving you a look through some of the items that we dug out for the morning. The old belt buckle there, a few other just random stuff. So as I said, that is one of the biggest battles that I have when I hunt these old sites, is the amount of trash. You almost need to spend a day there basically picking up all the trash, and then a day the next day go back and turn that detector on, because it can be a battle. Anyway, start from the left here. We'll show you what we took out of the house and what we get to keep. What a great day. As I said, we had a lot of fun in that house, and these old roller skates are absolute killer. You can see there too, so they're in pretty good nick. They just need a new leather boot and they'll be ready to rock and roll. Listen to the bearings, still brand new, ready to go. Anyway, the next up, we've got the little tank, little toy tank. and what a ripper he is. Now, he does not have a tank turret on him, so he's probably just like a little troop carrier. However, he is like a tank. You can see that there. So flipping around this way, he is made in England, as you can see on the base there. He's got the pinched rivet axles, which is quite early in later model cars. What have you? They would basically cap the end of the axles with a little. They would use like a little drill and spin it flat, if that makes sense, putting like a round head on it. So those pinched axles, you can see there, just with a pair of pliers or a hammer on an anvil, they are quite early. So what a great piece, what a great piece. This one here too, I'm not sure what he is, like that tank there. He probably would have been made in England. However, he's got no manufacturer's maker's marks on him, and he would have the rubber wheels each side, so possibly a driver mounted there in those two holes, and a bit of glass or windscreen or something. Really cool piece. Anyway, take you down to the skeleton keys. I love finding those old skeleton keys. Makes you feel like a prison ward, doesn't it? You could carry them on your belt and feel like you're going to unlock all the jail cells. We've got the fob watch, beautiful old fob watch, and this is my first one that I've ever found intact and complete. However, I don't believe he will ever operate again somehow. He's got a lot going on inside that case there. Nice little lapel badge or something, I'm not really sure. Little pendant would have probably hooked into your button on your jacket there. What a great little piece on. I don't know what that shield and what the D is representing. However, I will do some more research in future, try and work it out. Had the old pennies, 1949, 1952, 1949 half. And you can really see the condition that they come out. I mean, this one was found in the dirt, the 49 I think, and the 52 I think from memory was found in one of the boxes there. So on the floor, you can really see what they come out looking like too. Great old coins. So the two 1 cent coins beside him, the old syringe, deadly syringe. Ugh, imagine getting a jab with that. Old aerated water stopper bottle, internal thread, as you can see, it would have screwed into the neck of the bottle. And the two old belt buckles, or three little buckles I should say. They're obviously belt buckles. That's probably off a little shoe maybe. Had the beautiful old Vegemite spread lids, and look at the condition, aren't they amazing? So they were actually stacked on top of each other, hence why that one's in such good condition. And look at that, a delicious and nourishing spread for sandwiches, for after school snacks, spread on buttered biscuits. I've done that a few times. Anyway, try the old torpedo, I was going to say Triumph then, the old torpedo lock. We did not manage to find the key for that, unfortunately. The beautiful old tobacco pipe, we did find another one of them too, but he was broken off at the shaft. So there you go, some maker's marks there, something 5, London, England made. What a ripper. The old religious pendants. Now, the owner did say before I entered the house, he said, mate, something that you'll notice, a bit of a running theme inside the house there. They were very religious. So and that's what all these have been coming out from. They were just very religious, I suppose. They were sort of found, like that one was found in the lounge room there, just pretty much sitting beside one of the floorboards, like most of them, pretty much rotted and falling into the floor. So real shame. All that sort of stuff is just going to be lost. And you know what I hit on yesterday, I kept thinking, what am I missing? What am I not hitting on? So what can't I see and find here? So anyway, that's about it for that. What a ripper bloody day. Last thing too we had, I will show you, is this bottle. Now I think I pulled it out on camera there and showed and sort of asked, what was it? I don't know. I still don't know. You can see the seam running right through. It's solid at that end, but it's corked at this end. So the only thing I can think is it looks like a rolling pin. Maybe you could put hot water in there to heat whatever you were rolling. I don't know. I really don't know. I've seen the old baby bottles that they used to put the milk in and feed the babies with the old glass bottles. I've actually got one inside, but that's not what that is. I don't know what it is though. Anyway, let's go for the last things, my favourite things, the main things that I was in that house looking for. And that is the marbles. Aren't they awesome? Aren't they awesome? We also got the 3 little red beads there. I'm not really interested in the beads though. Just interested in these marbles. Aren't they so cool? And look, these here are cat's eye marbles. And just quick history on cat's eye marbles. Basically they were invented by the Japanese, and the Japanese, or the Americans I should say, went over at a later date to Japan to make a deal with the Japanese and their cat's eye marbles, because the Japanese were the first ones to invent the technology basically to inject glass inside glass, hence where you get little cat's eye marbles. So, and basically the Japanese, the deal fell through with the Americans and the Japanese, and basically the Americans then went home knowing enough, with enough knowledge how to make them, and they made their own. And I do believe that's what these are. I do believe these are American cat's eye made marbles. Now, what I've also done too is I've brought out my collection of marbles, and I'm going to give you a bit of a look through them. Now, I do need to give a big shout out to Reese. Reese come down there and visited me a little while ago, and he brought me this lovely old case. Now, I'm sorry, Reese, but I put a lock on the front, and not so much to lock the marbles in, for protecting them from being stolen. That's not what I'm worried about. I'm just worried about losing my marbles. That'd be really awkward, wouldn't it? Anyway, I wanted to give you a bit of a look through just why I love marbles. Now, there's 373 marbles in this container, plus those 2 there would make 375 marbles I have now. Bit crazy, I know. And some of these have been donated to me. People, you know, taking an interest and showing an interest in my interest, basically, you know, and donating marbles to me, saying, you know, I think they'd be better off left in your hands and appreciated, rather than sitting around doing nothing with me. So I think that's really, really nice too. As I said, a lot of these have been donated, but a lot I have found just hunting around the old house sites. And yeah, it can be done, can be done. As you see in many of my videos, I'm always looking for them, always hunting for them, and you can find them quite easily. So some of these are categorized just to the best of my knowledge. We've got the old onion skins, got the old spaghetti noodles, spaghetti or noodle marbles people would call them, and you can see why. You see that sort of spaghetti strand through them. Really, really cool. Got the old MAKRO agates, some onion skins, some spirals, some glassies out of the cods, out of the marble bottles, some cat's eyes. Some cat's eyes, they're about 6 deep. Some old handmade clay German Bennington marbles. You got the old clay marbles that the kids would take out of the old ginger beer bottles, and these are really, really special. You can see after they've been repurposed, the kids have actually drawn lines on them, pink and red there, or red and blue I should say, trying to decorate them while they're playing with them. So really, really special. You can actually see the lines on that one really, really well. So what great pieces. We also had the other little random marbles. These are just sort of, I don't know how to categorize these. So that's the random group. A couple of little tiny ones there. I don't know what they are. Your oxbloods or blood eyes or bloodshots. There's a few different names for them. They are really, really cool. They're probably one of my most favourite marbles to find, I do believe, the red and the white. I say Benningtons, I think I said that already. However, these are actually crockery marbles. You can see there the blue, white and green, signifying the crockeries, and they're actually made in Japan. What else have we got? A couple of big shooters. I think this is just a random group, this one. I don't think I've categorized these properly yet at all. Anyway, my favorite, just quickly, I wanted to show you. This one was found just below an old 1800s school building that was not there now. There's nothing to see there now. And basically this would have been a handmade, basically German marble. And there's a couple of different names for these. I'm probably going to say it wrong. Leticiano swirl. I think that's how you say it. I could be wrong. Basically though, you see the 3 different colours in there. The red, white and blue. That is a triple core swirl. And then you've got the outer yellow caged swirl on top of that. Now, anybody that knows how marbles are made, to make that little marble there is quite an extensive process. And what I love most about these ones, these old marbles, is you know, on every marble really, no two marbles are ever the same. You know, it doesn't matter if the same bloke sits there all day, tries to make them, and tries to replicate the two marbles the same. He will not be able to in his wildest dreams. It just won't happen. It's pretty much impossible to get two marbles exactly the same. It just doesn't happen. Anyway, and even look later on with the machines, when the machines come through 1920s onwards, started making machine-made marbles, still no two marbles were ever the same. The machines even pumped them out differently, so very, very interesting. Anyway guys, that is about it. I will say one more quick thing to the blue UV light here. Some of these old marbles contain uranium glass, and that's how they were making them back then. And I bought this little blue light just to basically check over the ones when I find them, and I haven't found any yet. However, one night I was putting the blue light on, and check this. Woohoo! That little bead has got uranium glass in it. How's that? It's the only thing that shines in this whole little case. None of the marbles do, as you can see, and I know we're out in the sun, but they would still be shining up. So you can see him as soon as you run over him. Bingo! Anyway, that is about it guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. Follow my finds for future, because we're going to get back out to that side again. We're going to do some more, catch up with Kerry, and try and do some more detecting around the house, try and do some more in the house. So anyway, that's about it. That's about a wrap up. I really hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on that next hunt. Cheers guys, happy hunting.